Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is the captain speaking. Just about ready to depart. I should be away on schedule.
Hi, I'm Deborah Thoren Daniel. I'm a partner at Pillsbury, which is an international law firm. I'm co-head of the payments team as well as some other teams. Unfortunately, it can be challenging. It certainly can be done. It's done all the time, but it's challenging because under U.S. law, there's both federal legal requirements that would need to be met, as well as state requirements, and the state requirements get triggered basically upon you're offering services to anyone in that state, whether it be buyer or seller or a company or a consumer. So those all have to be worked through appropriately in order to open up in the U.S.
Hi. So companies can expect to have to navigate some very complex regulatory frameworks because a lot of European companies don't necessarily realize that in the U.S. we have a two-tiered regulatory system with the U.S. federal government, and then each state usually has its own licensing and compliance requirements. So it can be very complicated, especially for those unfamiliar with the U.S. legal market. Navigating that, if you're unprepared, can be very, very confusing and difficult.
In general, if it's involving money services businesses or money transmission, unless one is a bank or one fits under some of the very limited exceptions that are available under the state laws, then licenses would be required in each state in which services are being offered. So unfortunately the answer is yes, there can be many different licenses that are required on a state-by-state basis. Additionally, there may be obligations to file FinCEN, which is our federal regulatory office of the Department of Treasury that oversees the Federal Bank Secrecy Act, as a money services business, which is a specialized category. Some have come in and have obtained their money transmission licenses throughout the U.S. Others have come in and acquired banks and taken other responsibilities related to having a bank in a corporate family, which can sometimes be challenging. Others have come into the U.S. and have worked with other parties, such as a money transmission licensee, and become their authorized agent and provide the services in such a manner. Others have sometimes come in and set up their services so that they potentially don't touch monies whatsoever, in which case they may fall outside of the money transmission or the banking laws. So those are some of the ways in which companies have traditionally come into the U.S.
There are many licenses. Each state, with the exception of one, plus our territories, each have their own money transmission license. So if you're going to offer a product across the entire United States, you may need to be licensed, depending on what your business model is, in 50 to 53 jurisdictions. Plus there is a registration and compliance requirement at the federal level. So it can be very burdensome. We don't have a passporting option the way that the European Union does. Some ways that especially Fintechs have gotten into the US MSB market, if you have flexibility in your business plan, you could try to rearrange things so as not to trigger the licensing laws in the first place, or you could partner with an existing licensee or a financial institution that is exempt from licensure. Those are kind of the main ways. There are some additional nuanced little areas that are possible, but there is no one single solution. There's no silver bullet that solves all 50 jurisdictions at once.